The public watched the Beckham family as a symbol of unity. Then, quietly, one person stopped trying to repair it. Not with an interview, but with absence. In January 2026, Brooklyn Beckham, the eldest son of David and Victoria Beckham, posted a 6-slide Instagram statement. It wasn't cryptic. It wasn't emotional. It was direct. For the first time, he confirmed 3 things publicly. He is his parents. He does not want reconciliation. And his silence, until now, had been intentional. What followed wasn't just celebrity reaction. It was something more uncomfortable, a reassessment of one of the most carefully managed family images in modern pop culture. Brooklyn Beckham grew up inside a brand before he could consent to it. Born in 1999, his childhood unfolded under constant media attention, red carpets, magazine covers, and carefully framed family moments. For years, the image held. But the timeline begins to shift in late 2019, when Brooklyn starts dating Nicola Peltz, an American actress from a powerful and wealthy family. They marry in April 2022, and from that point forward, public togetherness becomes selective.
Coming into us this evening, Brooklyn Beckham saying he doesn't want to reconcile with his family. This happened in an explosive social media post a little earlier this evening. It's the first time he's broken his silence on the long-running family feud with his parents that's been heavily documented in newspapers. Our arts and entertainment correspondent Katie Spencer is here, and if you are a showbiz watcher, you'll be well aware of the rumoured fracture within the Beckham family, and neither side has said anything about it up until this point. And we've got to be very careful about what we say here because, as I said, it's an explosive statement from Brooklyn Beckham.
And there are some outlandish claims that he is making online as well. I think the reason that it's been so noticeable that Brooklyn Beckham hasn't been a part of the sort of family dynamic is because over the years, the publicity surrounding the Beckhams is they present a united front. The whole family turn out for family gatherings. They are photographed and what have you. And since the eldest son of the Beckhams has been married, he hasn't really popped up at a lot of these sort of family events since their wedding in 2022. He is married to Nicola Peltz, who is the daughter of a billionaire. They now live in America. Over the summer in particular, though, a lot of the stories that were written about in the papers were the fact that he was noticeably absent from significant events like his dad's 50th. There was no comment made when his dad was knighted. Just as at Christmas, the papers reported that he'd blocked his mum for liking quite a sort of innocuous, innocent post that he'd made about cooking. In the press, though, that has been interpreted as his wife controlling him, if you like, and he has made this extraordinary 6-page statement saying that the narrative that his wife is controlling him is completely backwards, that he feels that he has been controlled by his parents for most of his life, he says, and he details incidents that we won't go into that talks about how he feels let down by his family at his wedding, how he felt that he was let down by them. There are, of course, always two sides to every story, but some of what he says includes this. He says, I've been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by image, press or manipulation. All we want is peace, privacy and happiness for us and our future family. And given that Brand Beckham, if anything, David and Victoria Beckham sort of were the ones that put being a power couple and sort of
showbiz royalty.
Showbiz royalty. They've made a career out of being this sort of powerful dynamic that sort of spans across fashion, sport and across these sort of commercial deals. And their children
often front and centre of that.
Yeah, I think so. This is an incredibly damaging thing for them to be written from their son as well. We have approached them for comment, but yet to hear from them at the moment. But I think we really will wait to hear what they have to say on this, because so often they have controlled
I have been silent for years and have made every effort to keep these matters private. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. This wasn't said in anger. It was said as a boundary. And that distinction matters. Much of the public narrative focuses on the 2022 wedding. Not because weddings cause estrangement, but because they reveal it. According to Brooklyn's statement, Plans unraveled quietly but decisively. A wedding dress offer withdrawn latte. A first dance interrupted. Family dynamics reframed in public moments that couldn't be undone. Whether intentional or not, moments like this are remembered not for what they show, but for what they signal. Estrangement rarely announces itself. It appears in missed birthdays, unreturned calls, conditions attached to meetings. Brooklyn did not attend his father's 50th birthday celebration. He did not appear at certain Netflix-related family events. When the family visited Los Angeles, Brooklyn says they refused to see him. Each absence alone could be explained. Together, they form a pattern. But estrangement is not always war. Sometimes it is withdrawal. Brooklyn's statement does not accuse his parents of cruelty. It accuses them of control. Control over narrative. Control over branding. Control over what family unity is allowed to look like. He describes anxiety, not rebellion. Relief, not revenge. In that context, refusal to reconcile isn't rejection. It's self-definition. From the Beckham side, sources close to the family maintain that David and Victoria loved their son. That reconciliation remains possible. That emotions, not ultimatums, are driving the situation. They have not publicly responded to Brooklyn's statement. And that silence, too, is deliberate. One moment reframed the entire story. Brooklyn did not ask for mediation. He did not ask for space. He stated plainly that he does not want to fix it. That sentence closes doors the public assumed were still open. Today, Brooklyn and Nicola present a united front. Public gratitude. Shared projects. Visible stability. What's missing is just as important. No shared photos. No joint appearances. No corrective press cycle. This story isn't about blame. It's about choice. Brooklyn Beckham didn't refuse reconciliation to make noise. He refused it to end one. And in families built on image, sometimes silence is the loudest statement of all.